So if a coach with 222 wins is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 333 would be in the Hall of Fame? No. Why would you think? Just because you're second all-time in wins doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if a coach with 10 playoff wins is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 31 playoff wins would be in the Hall of Fame? No. What would you think? Just because he has the most playoff wins of all time doesn't mean he's Hall of Fame worthy. Let's take a step back. So if a coach with 2 Super Bowl appearances is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 9 Super Bowl appearances would be definitely be in the Hall of Fame? No. What would you think? He would not be in the Hall of Fame. Just because you've been to 9 Super Bowls doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if he won the most Super Bowls of all time, then he would be. He would have to be in the Hall of Fame. No. Just because you have the most Super Bowl wins doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if all of these accomplishments were done by one coach, then that coach would obviously be in the Hall of Fame. No. What do you think? It's because that coach is Bill Belichick, and the members of the Hall of Fame committee said it's because that's why.
Oh, give it to him. Golly. I didn't see that video before. I told you guys, I just want to know like what it's about, and then we'll watch it together. So no, I got to clip that. Instead of playing this kind of sound and all this cornbread stuff that everybody does, I'm going to have no. God, that was good. Yo, I don't want anything in this world. I don't want anything in this world if the way I gotta get it is being under your thumb. Always remember that. And this really describes me. Maybe it describes you. This is why I don't care if you don't agree with me. It's not about agreement. I don't want this whole world and the circumference. You ever see a globe and they got all those lines, longitude and latitude and equator? If you really look at it, I'm going this way. Well, guess what? I'm going to go to Japan going east. No, I'm going to go west. I'm still getting to Japan. And you going this way. I'm going east. No, I'm going west. I'm still getting to Japan. Right? Like, there's so many different ways to get to the same place. I don't care how you get there. We don't have to agree. We ain't got to ride together. My boys just always say that. All right, who driving? I say, I know I'm driving. Oh, okay, I'm riding with you. Cool. Oh, you don't want to ride with me? No. Because I'm in control. 1. 2, I'm in control. Turn up the bass, check out my melody, and light a cigar. And 3, I don't want nobody thinking this Ferrari yours. This Rolls Royce is yours. Whatever it is. This is my car, #1 stunner. Wop, 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 wop. Jesus. People put you under their thumb and be like, if you're nice to me, we're going to fix the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So let's talk through this, shall we?
Ask for people not to have wanted to vote for him or not put him in the Hall of Fame first ballot.
He don't buddy up. He doesn't buddy up. He's not a buddy. You know what I mean? Dude, you write for the press. Right. I don't have to. I'm not going to capitulate to you. I'm not going to give you no great quotes. I don't even like the media. He's never been helpful towards the media, and a lot of them are writers.
Okay, let's talk about why Belichick. I don't think enough people are saying why Bill Belichick did not like the media. You got to remember who Bill Belichick was, right? Started off coaching, back in the 70s, 60s, something like that, before all of us were here. Bill Belichick put in the work. And when you put in the work and then you see how the work is covered, obviously that's going to map on exactly as you desire. So you go through that process if you're Bill Belichick. But let's fast forward to when he does have success. People forget this. When he was with Bill Parcells, the big tuna, and they won their championships, with Lawrence Taylor and others. Think about what Bill Belichick was able to witness. He was able to witness greatness, some say the best player ever, in Lawrence Taylor. He saw how he was covered, how he was protected, how he also was exposed. Okay. Then you get to Bill Parcells, the big tuna, how much he was loved and beloved, but also protected. Big tuna. A lot of people were saying at that time, hey, Parcells could coach his ass off. But you know what? The special sauce is Bill Belichick. I came into the league, even before I came into the league, but just knowing it. And then when I came into the league, everybody was saying, love Bill Parcells, but boy over there, that's the dude. But Bill Belichick wasn't getting that love because Bill Belichick decided to coach in Cleveland. And even though he won a playoff game in Cleveland, and now we can now look back at that and say, damn, Bill Belichick, that's amazing. How you do that? Bill Belichick is looking at the media like, you guys don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Okay? So you start to close off because you're like, dog, why give you my jewels? What does it say in the Bible, holy books? Don't give pearls to swine. You can't give your pearls to swine. So the media became something different to Bill Belichick because he saw how real and fake they really were. Continue.
So this be their get back at players or at coaches that didn't do them right. Because you know I'm a Hall of Fame voter. I'm going to get them back. But this is just too far. I don't care if you don't like them. You can't possibly justify this. Okay. You just can't possibly justify it. No kind of way with what he has done. So it destroys everything that everybody has worked for when we get ignorance like this.
Preach. You look at that Michael Irvin, who we all know was also protected and exposed. You watch that Cowboys documentary? Oh, it's insane. It breaks it down to the last compound. It shows you. Michael Irvin almost killed somebody. Did you know that in real time? Me either. Thank you. That's the point. So Michael Irvin knows it as well, but he also knows that these human beings that have that resentment, that are actually mad at the work that they're doing. Remember we were covering that story where we were talking about all the writers and the journalists and how they really hate people, and we were talking about Pat McAfee had that long monologue on. These sports journalists, dog, they in the industry they don't really like. They got resentment for these athletes, but they going to get you back. It's not just the athletes. They going to get you back. They saw you climb up that ladder and maybe step on their fingers, so they know you're going to have to come back down, and then they're going to step on your head. That's what they're doing right now. But Michael Irvin is a Hall of Famer. You trying to tell me now, since Bill Belichick doesn't qualify with the greatness of like a Michael Irvin, that I'm supposed to respect Michael Irvin the same? I'm like, no. I'm an outsider looking in like you guys are. And I'm like, if they don't give that guy in the top left corner respect like they give that guy right here respect, then what the hell is this thing y'all call the Hall of Fame? Continue.
And my last question, I don't know if Mesa stat anything real quick. I seen everybody like in the outrage from Patrick Mahomes to LeBron James to everybody, sports-wise, pissed off about this. I'm talking about it could be a golf player, it could be a volleyball player, it could be everybody was mad about this on X. Pissed off. I was reading all the, I don't know what you call it, tweets. I don't know if you call it tweets anymore, but the X's or whatever. And people were mad, and they were saying, and some analysts were also saying, Deflategate. Or you got to think about Spygate when he got fined $500,000 for looking at people plays, or $1 million for Deflategate, so on and so forth. What does this say to, and you can answer as well, what does this say to when it's time for Tom Brady to be inducted in the Hall of Fame? Because he was there for all those gates as well. Now, Tom may have been a little more friendly with the media, but if we're judging not putting him in the Hall of Fame based upon football, Tom Brady was also there for all the gates that we're talking about. What do you think about that?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But now Tom is, hanging out with them, hanging with them. I'm sure as they go travel, he's on the road with them. They're having a drink. So we won't have this problem. We will not have this problem with Tom. And also, what you guys got to also understand was,
I got to stop it right there. Y'all hear it? That likability again. That cocktail party. In Michael Irvin's words and thoughts, basically, Brady, you smoothed your way into we going to look the other way. As they looked the other way on Michael Irvin when he played before, he had some mulligans. As they looked the other way with Lawrence Taylor before, he had some mulligans. And Bill Belichick is the type that, with his level of foresight and integrity, Bill Belichick like, nah, I see all this BS. I'm good. And some people are just like that. Some people want to attack the BS to try and convert it back to being real. And some people are like, man, I ain't dealing with that BS. And Bill Belichick's like, I ain't dealing with that BS. We all know that person. That person's just going to just hang around it and try and mix it up, make some lemonade. And some people are like, I don't want nothing to drink. I don't want to deal with y'all fake asses. And that's Bill Belichick.
You know, we haven't heard it yet, but I would almost guarantee that Robert Kraft will be going in. You know, and I'm sure Robert Kraft has the ability, that some people inside the Hall of Fame have the ability to say, you know, we don't want to do this together. And I'm saying if that's happening, if that's what's happening, where they were like, oh, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, you should have kept Robert Kraft out.
Ooh.
And put Bill in.
Ooh.
Just so we could hold some realistic understanding of what a Hall of Fame is. When you ultimately set the standard, he just moved the bar. Greatness requires those who come after you. You want them to step on your ceiling and make it your floor. So the next greatest joker got to step on Bill Belichick's ceiling and make it his floor. You know how long that's going to be, if ever? You see what I mean? What dude go stand those 6-7 championships and say, I got plenty more in me?
Let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. Vinia, not a powder, not a pill.
It's the Daily Chews 2X formula. And yeah, they taste good too.
It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, vinia.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.